AS level maths working with indices, so fractional and negative indices in this video lesson. So this is obviously for my year 12s who are preparing for their end of year assessment in July or September for next academic year, okay? It says find the value of 16 to the power of minus a quarter. So we've actually got two things going on here. That negative power makes it 1 over, or in case of a fraction it flips it, so it makes it 1 over 16 to the power of a quarter. So that would obviously get you 1 mark. Next up, addressing this power of a quarter. Now a fractional power means, in this case, power of a quarter means I do the fourth root of 16. So I root by the bottom and then power by the top. So I root by the number on the bottom of the fraction and then power it by the top again, the fraction. Obviously, power of 1 is just itself. So here, it's going to be the fourth root of 16, which is 1 over 2, or a half, or 1 half, okay, or 0.5 as your answer, okay, but 1 half would be the most, calculated answer, okay. So the negative power makes it 1 over, and that power of a quarter means I do the fourth root. Power of a half means I do the square root. Power of a third means I do the cube root, or the cubic root, or the third root. Power of a quarter is the fourth root. Power of a fifth is the fifth root. Power of a sixth is the sixth root, okay, and you get the idea. Okay, power of a seventh is the seventh root, so on and so forth. Next up, simplify x brackets 2x to the minus a quarter in brackets to the power of 4. So here, okay, I'm going to address what's inside the bracket first and then multiply it by the x. So I have x brackets. Now here I've got 2 to the power of 4. So I'm going to have 2 to the power of 4 and it's being multiplied by x to the power of minus a quarter to the power of 4, guys. Now 2 to the power of 4 is just 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. So we have x brackets 16 there. And then we times it by. Now here I'm going to use my index law that I know from GCSE. When I've got a base raised to a power raised to another power, what do I do, guys? I multiply those powers. So minus a quarter times 4 is minus 1, or negative 1. Okay, I'm now going to simplify this case. I've got x to the power of 1 here, times it by 16, so I get 16x to the power of 1, but I'm also multiplying it by x to the minus 1. Okay, now here, x to the 1 times x to the minus 1, when I add the powers, because obviously I'm multiplying with the same base, it becomes x to the power of 1 plus minus 1, which is 16x to the power of 1 minus 1. Okay, which is 16x to the power of 0, which we know is just 16, because anything to the power of 0 is just 1. So we have 16 times 1, which is just 16, okay? So that simplifies to the number 16, okay? And that is working with indices for AS level maths.